Hey everyone, so I've given up the bar. I spilled enough daiquiris today. So we've got Daniel here from Cocktails for You, and he's going to make us a drink while giving us a little bit of a rundown about what Cocktails for You is.
Well, very, very simple. So we are technically the biggest platform for bartenders globally across Instagram and Facebook, and our whole shebang is that we are trying to inspire, entertain, and educate at the same time. So we travel all over the world working with brands like BACARDÍ, like Barney, a brand called Barney, and then we try and find interesting bartenders, cool ideas, recipes, techniques. It was all started by one guy who lives in a small village called Monaghan in Ireland, so big it up for Ireland. 7,500 people, and he learned to bartend through video and pictures and online. So we want to be there for the bartenders that are not able to live in cities like New York and don't have access to great training like London, and facilitate that happen. So we are here at the BACARDÍ Legacy 2018 Global Finals, the 10th anniversary, to see if we can share some of the amazing recipes from bartenders here, some of the techniques, some of the thoughts that are going on from some of the world's best bartenders, and in the process attempt to make a daiquiri from the same shaker that you did. So I don't know if it's going to go that well.
So, I mean, I'll keep talking while you're making this. So, how many bartenders do you reach? Like, how many?
I did that on purpose.
Just don't want to talk to me.
No, it's fine. You were saying?
How many bartenders are you reaching right now? How many people are watching it via Cocktails for You?
Just in the last probably 4 hours, we've had more than 20,000 unique views on the first round, and looking at about 18,000 on the second round. So between that, you're looking at 43,000 different types of viewers. I'm sure there's overlap, but there's been some great support from bartenders supporting their fellow champions from their countries. There's bartenders from all over the world who've not even heard of the competition now, like, I want to be involved, I want to go there, I want to do this. And they're all sharing a daiquiri or two, I hope, you know?
Well, Danny, thanks so much. And a massive thank you for Cocktails for You as well, for everyone watching through here. I'll give you that to hold on to. I've got to do the next little bit. Right, so we're going on to Group 3 now, which is the final group for day one. So we've had 12 bartenders up there so far. We've got 5 more to go. Starting the next group is Mexico, hometown. Is that going to give them an advantage? Who knows? And then we've got Colombia, France, Chile, and then finishing it all off is the Netherlands. I'll try and grab as many people as I can backstage in this final group and see how many people we can chat to. well, Daniel's just left, so I'll have his daiquiri. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, guys.
Hola, México.
You're all a lot quieter than I'd imagined. I think we're going to get some noise out of you in just a few moments, though. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce the host for the next session, Mr. Juan Coronado. Brother man, it's all you.
Let's do this. Everybody, welcome. It is a pleasure to be here in Mexico, a place that I adore, a city that is #1 in hospitality. This is the 2018 BACARDÍ Legacy of the Cocktail Competition Global. It's been 10 years, guys. Amazing. Time flies, huh? Doesn't it? I remember on the first competition, we pretty much were like, this is going to be good, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. But finally, 10 years fast forward, we're here in the incredible city of Mexico. That's it? Come on, guys. When you come to Mexico, you always leave on the plane with a big smile on your face and the expression on your heart that says, Que viva Mexico! I am the luckiest of all the presenters today because I get to introduce the Mexico competitor. Isn't that amazing? Who's here representing Mexico out there? Órale! Well, it's time to bring you another female competitor, somebody that worked very hard all this year to make sure her legacy stand through all the way. Without further interruption, I'm going to bring Ana Herrera and her cocktail.
That which we don't get bewitches. Devil woman, The legacy I want Bacardi to inherit will seem harmless at first, but dare taste it. It will catch you by surprise. I am Ana, and I represent the ancient magic of Mexico. Come and find me doing devilish cocktails at Pal Real in Guadalajara. Tonight, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. I will do that with a pink martini. You would expect that from a woman, wouldn't you? It looks tender, so you might think, this will be simple, this might be sweet, but you will be so wrong. Then again, what kind of witch would I be if I let you know in advance what am I going to do with you? While I'm talking to you, my ingredients are already working their magic. Lemon peels have been grinding themselves against grains of sugar to surrender their scented oils. Innocent onions are keeping the secrets of New Orleans between their layers. The joyful tears of blues, the contradictions of Mardi Gras. I learned how to twist to any classic drink in New Orleans. There, I also heard stories of men who lose women without understanding why. Like Skip James in Devil Got My Woman. Oh, nothing but the devil changed my baby's mind, he says. Poor naive guy. What took his woman away is something else, similar to this taste. Are you ready? Yeah! 1 bar spoon of oleo saccharum. It'll keep your palate entertained while I mess with your head. Next comes a flavor Hemingway describes as civilized. Vermouth extra dry. 1 bar spoon of reason. So you take this woman seriously. Now, I play hard to get with an Italian bitter. 1 bar spoon of your pride for you to swallow. Structure for the complexity of my drink. Once you trust me, I drowned you in 60 mils of BACARDÍ Carta Blanca madness. You will lose all control. My wishes are now your own. You cannot reason your way out of my spell. Devil woman is nothing but liquid witchcraft. Throughout history, women have been called witches when they've been misunderstood by society. This devil woman will be no exception, but she's going to use it in her favor. Before you try it, my little ally, do you remember her? Goes in the coop. Once the drink gets cold, I'll serve it for you. But this one needs to be on point. harmlessly feminine, you will think. Before you swallow, before you try the drink, please bite into the onion. With each sip, you will discover another layer of my spell. Please, go on, try the drink. Totally. You will discover the burning, the surprise, the strength, and the spirit. What looks like a simple garnish will complete my spell over you. That's how complex this devil woman is. Try and decipher her, sip by sip. I am Ana Herrera. This is Devil Woman. And now, you're all part of my coven of devilish delights.
Wow, amazing performance.
Thank you,
Wait.
thank you.
We're here with our hometown bartender.
That's right.
Tell everyone who you are and your drink and everything like that.
Yeah, well, I'm Ana Herrera. I come from Guadalajara, Jalisco, where tequila is made, if that makes you close to where I am. And my drink, it's Devil Woman. It's a Martini Gibson with Carta Blanca. And it has a pickled onion that it's the heart of the drink. So if you once try it, go ahead and have the pickled onion and we'll complete the whole spell on you.
Yeah, amazing.
Definitely.
How was it competing in front of, I heard the crowd go wild.
They were crazy,
How was that?
yeah. Amazing. I think just having, my family is not here, unfortunately, but everyone here, it's my family, so that made me feel at home. Yeah. So it was fucking great. It was, sorry, I'm so sorry. It was so great.
Just
sorry.
Adrenaline. It's adrenaline.
Sorry, yes,
it's fine.
I'm sorry. It was awesome. That was the best.
You're not the first person to do that, so it's fine. So it's fine. Amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And good luck. And,
thank you so much.
Hope you make the top 8.
Oh, thank you.
BACARDÍ Legacy is a quest to create a new legendary classic cocktail. It's a tough job for the 34 bartenders competing at this year's final, so what exactly does it take to win? Stage presentation. Making a great cocktail is a performance, and the best bartenders have this nailed. In the excruciatingly tense 7 minutes on stage, the bartenders have to make 2 of their cocktails for the judges to taste, at the same time showing off their bartending style and explaining their drink. It's a tough act up there, but it counts towards their final score. Ingredients. The drink must be something that can be made all over the world, so if the exotic ginseng root can't be bought in Italy, it's a no-go. To keep it simple, the Legacy cocktail also can't have more than 6 ingredients. Originality. There's variations on originals, and then there's drinks that have a new approach or a compelling story and stand out as really unique. Judges are looking out for exactly these drinks that are memorable and can become an established classic. Promotion. A separate panel of judges will judge them on how well they have promoted their cocktail creations. This behind-the-scenes presentation makes for a whopping third of the overall score for each bartender, so it's a big deal. The final drink. Now here's where most of the points are gained. The balance of the drink, how it looks, smells and tastes. And of course, how it showcases its main ingredient of BACARDÍ rum to create something out of this world.
Lo que estoy haciendo yo hoy acá es para ustedes. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, chicos, un saludo directo a todos los bartenders de Chile y este próximo año también hay Legacy, así que lo espero ver el próximo año en la misma posición de que Juan. Viva México, viva Chile y viva Bacardí.
Hola. Hola, amigos. Actually, I do speak Spanish.
Just say something to your viewers, to your mom, to your
Well, don't break my glassware before you go to the stage. And hello. Hopefully, we do a great presentation and we make it to the final 8. So keep there. I have a great cocktail, I promise. Bye.
Hello. ¿Qué onda? In Mexico, right? And hacer que bola. All right? Now, I have the pleasure to have the most amazing job on earth. I do. Don't be jealous. All right? It happens. It comes with it. But along my career in the United States, I have the pleasure to bump into amazing people, and I see them growing. But there's something that you see in a bartender. Once they have that passion, that love, that they give themselves all for their career, you know that good things are going to happen to them. The next gentleman that is coming, representing Colombia, I saw them on his early days. I'm gonna bring Gonzalo Marin, all the way from Colombia. Big round of applause.
Good afternoon. My name is Gonzalo Chalo Marin. I go by Chalo all the time because it feels weird that when they call me Gonzalo. So my story with Sede is really simple. Back in the day when I was living in New York and I first started in this industry, I had a regular customer that he used to drink only Cuba Libres at the bar. So as a bartender, I really tried my best to get him into a different cocktail. But his answer always was the same. You know what? Cocktails are for little kids, and I'm not a little kid. So I kind of gave up on that, and I was like, okay, whatever. And one day, out of nowhere, he just showed up at the bar, and he comes to me and tells me, Acere, que bola, give me one of those weird things that you like to do. So I'm really excited. Finally, he's going to try one of my cocktails. I made him a cocktail, I give it to him, and I'm waiting for his reaction. And he turns, look at me, and tells me, you're good, you're really good. Make me a promise. One day, you will be an amazing bartender, and you will name a cocktail after me. Want to make sure I'm not that bartender yet, but hopefully one day I will be. And to be honest with you, and all of you that work in this industry, you relate with this. I don't remember his name. But I do remember something incredible, that he really made an impression on me. It was when he came to me and told me, Acere, que bola, that really changed everything. And that's how I remember this guy. And that's how he's so important for me. So basically, I can't think of a cocktail named Acere made with a different spirit that is not rum. It has to be rum. It has that flavor. It has all that great energy. And for me, I can relate, like rum is something that you relate with celebration, with having a good time. As a Colombian and my background, that's how I link everything to this cocktail. In Colombia, we drink a lot of coffee, and we have a reputation for coffee drinkers. So when you go in the mornings to the market, anywhere that you go, you're going to see people gather around having coffee, and it's just this excuse to actually have a great time together. So this is how I'm going to start my cocktail. I use whole coffee beans in my cocktail, just because I just want to get the oils. I use 3 bar spoons of it. I'm using balsamic vinaigrette, just because I think this, oh my God, I'm shaking a lot. Jesus Christ. That was good, that was good. I need a round of applause for that, actually. So balsamic was the thing that actually gave me the right acidity that I was looking for the cocktail. And it's really unusual to find cocktails with balsamic vinaigrette. I'm using brown sugar syrup that is going to enhance of the amazing characteristics of Bacardi rum. Oh, I haven't shaken this much since this morning, actually. I promise I wasn't hangover. And finally, we're going to have our Bacardi rum. So I put 2 ounces of it. It was a great experience, actually, to create this cocktail because in the market that I live in Colombia, everybody likes fruits and sours. So when I submitted to the competition, I submitted with a cocktail that is a steer cocktail, and I was afraid that people won't like it over there, but it was a huge success. I'm really happy that I'm living there because I moved 4 years ago just to kind of create a bigger knowledge when it comes to cocktails. So this cocktails means a lot to me, not just because of its legacy, but because what I achieved as a bartender down in Colombia. It's a really simple cocktail. A lot of people ask me that why I want to go for a simple cocktail. I'm a big fan of classic cocktails, and it's so hard to create a cocktail that is simple and that it tastes good. I think we all relate to that. I want to actually just give a little salsa to that because how many bartenders done salsa and steer at the same time? I really want to actually do a pattern of that. Hopefully, if I win, I will be actually able to go and do a master class of how to steer and dance salsa at the same time. So it's really simple. Again, I didn't want to create something that it was too elaborated, hard to make. Anyone at home can actually make this cocktail as long as you have a mixing glass, a bar spoon, and a jigger. And I'm finishing my cocktail with a mist of Oloroso Sherry, just to bring a little bit of those like wooden notes, and a touch, just 1 drop of whiskey from Ally. The earthiness and like the smokiness is going to run all the flavors. So hopefully, as I was able to impress that customer that time, I will be able to impress all of you today with my legacy. Salud a Nacere.
Gonzalo, that was tremendo. Thank you very much. Gonzalo, this is the first legacy in Colombia. And you brought your people, I like that. But I wanted to ask you, what is the biggest takeaway from this competition this year for you?
Honestly, I was so excited to see a lot of my friends. As soon as I got here, a lot of people from New York came here, and I mentioned it to you. It made me feel at home. Like, seriously, it was incredible. And as a bartender, we never actually care about the numbers, and I learned a lot from that. So I'm going back home super happy and hopefully representing the brand in a great way.
Awesome. Big round of applause for Gonzalo Marin. Shalom.
Hey everyone, so I am backstage with a real-life Bacardi family member. He's fondly known here as Enrique's brother. Can you please tell everyone who you actually are?
My name's Adolfo Comas. I'm a sixth-generation Bacardi member of the Bacardi family, and I'm loving being in Mexico. Isn't this country amazing?
Such a cool city. It's such a cool city. It's yeah, like the bartenders are. Like the pineapples, everyone's talking about how good pineapples are.
Yeah, and limes as well. The Europeans coming up over here going, these limes are amazing. It's having to tweak their drinks to make it work. But yeah, it's an amazing. It's funny. It's like being home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but we opened our first distillery here in 1931. So it's actually quite a nice homecoming for us as a family to come back to. It's essentially our first home place outside of Cuba, so it's lovely.
And for the 10th year anniversary, it's pretty special for sure.
It's amazing. It's amazing what these guys do with our liquid. And every year you go, it can't get any better.
Yeah.
And we had 10 years of amazing drinks.
Yeah.
And this year's literally raised the bar again.
Amazing.
I can't call it. I've seen all the presentations so far, and I literally can't call those drinks this year.
Yeah, it's insane. The standard's like high. I mean, I did this last year. The standard is insane. I've got to ask though, while I've got you here, like, what does this competition mean to the family?
This competition for us is, we always talk about the Bacardi family are custodians of the liquid that Don Facundo created. So we look at a bottle, we don't see the name Bacardi, we see 6, 7 generations of our family that have literally blood, sweat and tears into creating this liquid. These competitions show us how important that liquid is. But if it's not for the bartenders doing the drinks and using the little bit of magic and turning our little liquid into amazing, exceptional drinks, it's nothing. So it's really important for us to see how wonderful these bartenders can make our drinks look. Yeah. It's all about these guys today. They take a Carta Blanco, Carta Oro, or 8-year-old, salud,
salud.
And literally turn it into magic. It's amazing. It's it's really humbling to see as well. So I mean, my mum and dad are sitting out in the audience today, and my brother's here as well. My other cousin Charlie was at the plant yesterday when we did the tour. And it really feels like a family, and it's not just the blood family, but it's also the family of bartenders and the community of people that come, and it's the same faces that come. You guys who are watching, I guess year after year, and it's lovely to see, and it really warms your heart.
It must be really special when you see, especially like when we're at the bottling plant yesterday. We do have a video of that, so sit tight for that one. But you see the smiles on bartenders' faces, and that's through like what you guys have done and the family and things. So it must be really special.
It really is, and even for me yesterday, when we visited the distillery, it's an opportunity to see the nuts and bolts of how we make our liquid. You walk through the bottling warehouse, and that smell that comes up, and for me, it's like a big cuddle. It's like you smell that, and I smell my dad because my dad was a master of rum, and those smells in the barrel warehouse are literally like a warm cuddle, and that's what Bacardi is. It's like a big family. You just want to keep going up and cuddling people. It's it's great.
If I've got a family member here, I've got to ask, which is your favourite Bacardi? And how do you drink it?
How do I drink? Depends on the night of the week. So, okay, if I'm on a Friday night going out, I'm in daiquiri, pina colada, Bacardi Carta Blanca mode all the way.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting at home with some friends, we've got a packet of cards and maybe some poker chips, I'm in ocho every day of the week. And then there's a little bit of middle ground. You want something a bit more tiki, a little bit more punch, Carta Oro. So it depends on the mood.
Yeah.
But if you say to me, let's go out for a drink, I'm Bacardi Carta Blanca and soda every day of the week. A little Mismo. It's funny, we were out last night with the Masters of Rum, and the waiter came up and took our order, and he said, "What do you want?" And there was like 6 Mismos on the table.
Yeah, amazing.
And it was like, do you want anything different? Like, actually, no, we're very happy with Bacardi and soda and a little squeeze of lime.
Yeah.
So my favourite, it's like choosing your favourite child.
I want actually to do that.
Yeah.
Right, guys, mate, thank you so much.
Absolute
I really
pleasure.
appreciate
Cheers.
it.
Thanks for having me, and keep watching because there's some really, really amazing bartenders out there. So
absolutely. Stay tuned. We've got our next bartender up soon, and mate, being so family, bring it in.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Salud.
influent, fragmentant. Remember? Formation. Don't forget. Just dance. It's the same for the concert.
Well, first, I want all of us to say hello. We got right now 60,000 friends, bartenders, bar aficionados watching the competition. So, big round of applause to China. All right, the legacy of the cocktail competition globally has seen several generations, many layers, many peels. And it's very interesting because you see new bartenders that you never heard of. Then you see some that you heard of that like have a big reputation in the bar and in the cocktail industry. But generation after generations, we get to pass the good passion, the good hard work. We get to pass the legacy of Don Facundo Bacardi. And we have among us today some of those legendary maestros del rum. I want the maestros del rum to stand up, and we're going to give them a big round of applause because they really have their legacy stayed in our legacy of the cocktail competition. Maestros. Okay, talking about family, generations, opportunities, layers, I feel like the next contestant is my son because he looks like me. It's incredible. I'm going to bring all the way from France, Jimmy Cassar. Big round of applause. Doesn't he look like me?
Hola, señorita, hola, señor. Ladies and gentlemen, judges, please welcome to my BACARDÍ Legacy. My name is Jimmy Cassa. I come from Lyon and I represent my country, France. I work from Budaba, and it is a real honor to be able to present you today my cocktail, my story, my legacy. Please make some noise! My story started in 1920 with my great-grandfather, when, after the war, he enjoyed the prohibition time and left me inherited two things, one story and two glasses. After that, my great-grandfather was a vineyard farmer in Madagascar, and he had the proud of working the knowledge and heritage of our island. In 1960, as BACARDÍ family went to exile for Puerto Rico, my family was thrown away too, indeed Madagascar. Good. Talks in independence and in order to protect her the French nationality, my mother had to leave. For my roots, I use 10 minutes vanilla syrup per cocktail. For 10 years of legacy. After that, my mother arrived in France with the hope of the better life. Then, she met my father in Lyon. Lyon, the city where I was born, the city of the French gastronomy. Thanks to John Clement, a chef, Monsieur Paul Bocuse, the Pope of the gastronomy, the man who taught me pleasure with only 2 ingredients. The salt is the ingredient that everyone was, and truffle. It's the ingredient that everyone would like to have. For the cheering moments, and a tribute to Monsieur Paul Bocuse, I sipping my legacy with a pinch truffle salt per cocktail. To represent the balance of Mr. Cox, I use fresh lime juice, 20 milliliters per cocktail. The universe of my cocktail is inspired by Prohibition and Gatsby years. During this period, one story, one cocktail, one legacy is born, who represents the liberation of Cuba. Cuba Libre! Bacardi Catoro, it's the heart of this cocktail. And that's why I chose it to make the connection between the history of Bacardi family and then of my family. I use 45 Bacardi Catoro per cocktail. Ladies and gentlemen, please. And judges, I'd like to show you up! L'aristocrate. Why l'aristocrate? Because as giving to the gentleman, because its name has given to the gentleman during the Prohibition, and which represents the French nobility, the gentleman, the charisma, and tradition of Bacardi. To complete my cocktail, what's better? Of touch, of elegance. Dry champagne represents this beautiful touch. La French touch. Finally, I express a lime zest to reveal the Frenchness. Ladies and gentlemen, judges, my family, let me introduce my legacy, l'aristocrate. No, this is my family. Yeah. If I had to summarize my legacy, Thank you. If I had to summarize my legacy in one sentence, it will be, live your life and you will live your dream. Why? Because it's the second time I present my cocktail legacy, L'Aristocrate. And the first time I failed in BACARDÍ Legacy 2017. But I decided to come back with the same cocktail, the same recipe, the same name. Yes, it's true. Because I believe. I believe on my story. I believe on my passion. I believe on my cocktail. I believe on my dream. And I was right to be committed to my legacy. As we always decide when it starts and when it's finished. Mine, it starts here with you in Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening my story. Thank you for listening my legacy. My name is Jimmy Cassar. It was my story. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Salute. Et comme on dit en France, santé.
Bravo! Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Cassar, all the way from France. Jimmy, I have questions for you.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah,
France has given us
Really, yeah.
two amazing Bacardi Legacy Global winners. We got Mr. Frank Didier
Yeah.
and Marc Bonneton. Amazing. So
Yeah.
definitely, France know how to produce global winners. Do you feel that was a challenge for you?
Yeah.
Or you felt supported by the community of bartenders in France?
Thank you. Boys, I don't know, it's very different for the whole bartender because BACARDÍ Legacy is big experience for me. It's very changed my life and in my style with you. Yeah.
Bravo, Jimmy. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
You're definitely a talented person. We saw your skills the other day in one of the parties. So do you practice a lot, your bartending skills?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell us about it.
All time. Buddha Bar.
You work at Buddha Bar.
Yeah.
So you've been preparing for your legacy for a long time.
Yes, very long time.
Right.
5 months.
Great journey, yeah?
Well, not 5 months, because it is my second year for legacy. For me, it is my 2 years. I prepare for my legacy today.
Bravo. Ladies,
Thank you so much.
big round of applause for Jimmy Cassar, all the way
Thank you
from
so much.
France. Bravo.
Thank you so much.
BACARDÍ Legacy is a quest to create a new legendary classic cocktail. It's a tough job for the 34 bartenders competing at this year's final, so what exactly does it take to win? Stage presentation. Making a great cocktail is a performance, and the best bartenders have this nailed. In the excruciatingly tense 7 minutes on stage, the bartenders have to make 2 of their cocktails for the judges to taste, at the same time showing off their bartending style and explaining their drink. It's a tough act up there, but it counts towards their final score. Ingredients. The drink must be something that can be made all over the world. So if the exotic ginseng root can't be bought in Italy, it's a no-go. To keep it simple, the legacy cocktail also can't have more than 6 ingredients. Originality. There's variations on originals, and then there's drinks that have a new approach or a compelling story and stand out as really unique. Judges are looking out for exactly these drinks that are memorable and can become an established classic. Promotion. A separate panel of judges will judge them on how well they have promoted their cocktail creations. This behind-the-scenes presentation makes for a whopping third of the overall score for each bartender, so it's a big deal. The final drink. Now here's where most of the points are gained. The balance of the drink, how it looks, smells and tastes. And of course, how it showcases its main ingredient of Bacardi rum to create something out of this world.
Hola, how are you? BACARDÍ Legacy. The 10th BACARDÍ Legacy Cocktail Competition, and we're here, Chile, for the first time in this competition, and we're gonna give it all to our people in Latin America, okay?
Hi Chile, hi the bartenders from Chile. How are you? We're very excited. Right now, Juan Zambrano is here to show all the fantasy and all the
We're gonna show
flavors.
Pana Pana to everybody in all over the world. Pana Pana por los panas.
10 years, BACARDÍ Legacy Cocktail Competition. Goodbye Chile. See you later.
Yeah, they don't know.
I will be.
Proud because it's been 10 years of hard work from the whole team of ambassadors from BACARDÍ. So to all the ambassadors, thank you very much for the hard work that you've done. Thank you very much. Expanding the legacy is something that is organic, that comes from our hearts, that comes with passion, so we're very proud of it. That being said, Chile is back. And we're very proud of that. We had Chile back in Puerto Rico on 2012 when Chingo Gokan won. And Chile is back today to bless us with a beautiful presentation. I would like to introduce to the stage my tocayo, Juan Zambrano from Chile.
Wow, BACARDÍ Legacy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Juan Zambrano. I'm a bartender from W Santiago Hotel, and I'm representing Chile at the 10th BACARDÍ Legacy Cocktail Competition, where I will be making a panapana. When I started this competition, my goal was to find a concept that will bring us together globally, a shared experience. And I thought of my panas, which in many parts of Latin America means friend. I thought of the games we played, the traditions we had, and then realized that the streets are some of our most important centers of communication and culture. And that culture comes from the exchanging of goods and the sharing of experiences. From games to festivals, from markets to street vendors, we are always sharing and exchanging. In the streets of Venezuela, where I grew up, as well as in Colombia and the Caribbean, on a hot day, you can drink agua de panela. Eso. Agua de panela is a traditional drink that we make with whole cane sugar or panela. You can make it to share it with your friends after playing all day in the street, as I did. It is a bonding experience that puts us all on the same level as humans. It's living tradition. Panapana is about this experience that we know in the street, that it is built in the street. For me, the agua panela in the panapana represents or symbolizes the love for my friends and my culture. We are going to add 120 ml of agua de panela. Agua de panela, also called in different parts of the world, gur, jaggery, or in Latin America is papelón, panela obviously, piloncillo and chancaca. Then we are going to add 50 ml of lemon juice, to add the sabrosura, as we say in the Caribbean. From the combination of agua de panela and pana, my panas, is where the name panapana comes from. In Spanish, we said, jugo de panela con mis panas. We're going to add the 15 ml. Then, the orange bitters, to enhance the citrus notes of Bacardi 8 Años Family Reserve. And also for those bitter moments in life that we must overcome. And then, Bacardi 8 Años Family Reserve rum, the one and only preserve that the Bacardi family shared to the world. Don Facundo had a dream of making the best rum, and he did it. And thanks to his family, and thanks to his panas, that legacy still remains today. After fires, earthquakes, exile, Bacardi 8 is the sign of the symbol, or the symbol of strength inside Panapana. The passion for the family, the love for its roots. We're going to add 50 ml of Bacardi 8 to each cocktail. And now, the famous moment where we all applaud. I want an applause, but for each of your panas, for all our panas. Without my panas, I can't be here today. And thanks to them, muchas gracias, de verdad, because to be in a BACARDÍ Legacy Cocktail Competition, it is really an honor to me. And we're going to share it together. And this is for my pana, por mis amigos. Vamos. Vamos. Panapana, born in the street culture of every country. And that culture we share with our friends is in each of these cocktails. Bacardi Ocho is the gift that the Bacardi family share with the world. And Panapana, it uses this really nice gift, this beautiful gift, to share it with our panas in all the streets, to share it with the different cultures, to share it with our friends, to share it with, of course, all of our panas. Panapana is the legacy of my culture that I want to leave behind. We're gonna add a sprig of mint. This sprig of mint is an homage to the Cuban mojito, one of the best legacies of the Caribbean. And this lemon to add more sabrosura. Thank you very much. That's the legacy I want to leave behind.
Mi pana Juan.
Mi pana, mi tocayo Juan.
A big pleasure to have you here on the stage.
Thank you
I
very
want
much.
you to share some of your experience in the Chile bartending community with us because, to be quite honest with you, I went to Chile a long time ago and I was fascinated with the cocktails, with the enthusiasm of bartenders. What made you enter Legacy today?
What can I say? What can I say? BACARDÍ Legacy is the biggest competition we have in the world. It's where every bartender wants to be. It is a huge platform to show your culture, your vivencias, even your family, or my panas, as I did already here with this cocktail. So that's it.
What about the industry in Chile?
The industry in Chile at this moment is growing. We have better bartenders right now. We have better bars, but we still have to do more. But it's all about time.
Well, it's always good to know that they have a pana like you there to grow
Yeah,
and
man.
share experiences. Another big round of applause for Juan Zambrano. We'll be right back.
That's
Looking up Paul Barney towards Christian now.
Hey everyone, so we're Chile's just been on stage. How was that?
Yes, really good. It was really good. Yeah, nice experience. Love BACARDÍ Legacy. Love the BACARDÍ family. So glad to be here.
How's this week been so far, leading up to going on stage?
It was really stressing and emotional, but we're here to, at least I'm here to represent one cocktail that I love, that all my friends, all my panas share with me, help me to build it, and help me to be here. So I think that I'm representing them, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome, man. We had a lot of people commenting on the live stream, so they're obviously tuning in to watch you right now. Anything you want to say?
Gracias.
Nice and simple. Hey, man,
Gracias.
thank you so much. That was
Thanks
awesome.
so much, Danny.
Yeah, good. Right, guys, so here's a quick video of me and Frank that we filmed in London a few years, but we'll be back soon with someone very fabulous indeed.
right.
Good, man, good. So, Mexico City this year. So I got asked to pick a bar in London to come and hang out, and I thought, why not come and see the guy that beat me.
Yeah.
You took out the top spot there. Sydney, me and Jard came runners up. I mean, I know I've done some cool stuff on the back of it. It's changed my life massively. So what's he done for you?
It was crazy. I mean, if you have a look at our top 8, they've all been really successful. Job opportunities, for example. A bit after Sydney, I got in touch with Chris, the owner of Coupette, who proposed me to be his head bartender for the big opening here. And then I had so many opportunities, like traveling, meeting new people, being involved in like cool projects. And yeah, it just changes you and makes you grow faster, open your mind, being in touch with new cultures, talented bartenders.
See, everyone thinks that you just kind of travel around the world drinking daiquiris, but you actually go check out loads of different stuff, loads of different cultures and loads of different, and different bars and different trends and stuff, what's going on around there, which is awesome.
So no, it has been an amazing journey so far from being over, but it has been amazing, yeah.
Cool.
All right, mate, can I get you a drink?
I'm in your bar, mate, so dealer's choice.
All right, I think it's about time I make you a Pan Am cocktail.
Finally, it's only been 3 years. It's good, man. So I'm sorry. We just tried to arrange this next guest's fabulous entrance. So here is Mr. Ruben K.
Oh my God! There's so much budget. Look at that! All expense spared.
Oh God, so funny. So
Thank
funny.
you.
Welcome.
Well,
welcome to my tropical bar.
It's lovely to be here. Look at us all in black, which is festive.
So you've been brought here to help the bartenders get over stage fright, how to get ready to perform and things like that. So just for people who don't know who you are, explain why you've been brought here for that.
Sure. So, hi, my name is Ruben. I work in a lot of cabaret and circus shows throughout the world. I did a lot of musical theatre, and David Cordoba brought me on board when he found me in Berlin. I was doing a show with some pretty wonderful artists that I really loved. I don't know why I was there. And he brought me over to Moscow, and since then, every year I've been at Bacardi talking to the competitors about performance psychology, about honesty when they're on stage, so they're not trying to be something they're not. They're not trying to just follow a script. They're actually communicating ideas and communicating true emotion, which is something that means it's more than just a drink. And also helping them, as you said, with stage fright, with the science behind why, let's say, they shake, why they stumble over their words, and try to help them overcome those boundaries. Sorry. Is that the most professional you've ever seen?
I've never seen. I was blown away. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, as long as you were blown.
Oh, wow.
So,
we apologise for that.
You do. I don't.
So you said bartenders, they do this day in, day out for a job.
Yep.
But why, when they come onto this stage, do they get the shakes? Do they get nervous?
Because it's a completely different environment than, let's say, you talking to me over a bar, making a drink. That's their home environment. But when they step out there, the pressure they're under, psychological and indeed environmental, is massive. It's a totally new environment. They're not used to stage lights or audience. They're not used to the separation between the people they're trying to connect with. They're used to this level of separation. Yeah. And then they suddenly go out and there's 10 feet of people, 10 feet between them and the people they're trying to communicate to. It's a totally different skill set that they really have to learn super quickly.
Yeah. So I know we're about to go to our final competitor. So sit tight. We're finishing up day one with the Netherlands competitor, and I know that you have
got to rush out and see.
So thank you so much, Ruben. Bye. Take the daiquiri if you want.
No thanks.
Thanks. Stay tuned. Netherlands are up very soon. Cheers.
So without cariño, there ain't no connection or bond with our families, friends, and our jobs. It is important to stress that everybody that is here has a lot of cariño for our brand, a lot of cariño for our careers, a lot of cariño for our friends and families, for the things that we do every day. So I'm going to bring you the last contestant. His cocktail happens to be called Cariño. That's why I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing all the way from Netherlands, Mr. Eric van Beek.
Dear family, I am on a mission to spread love. That's why I'm being persistent. Listen, I have a vision. You and I, we are not so different. Not so different. We are a family, in case you forgot, and we all need one another if you like it or not. Now, we bartenders pour our hearts into what we do. We serve it in a glass with class, especially for you, with a message, a nod, a smile. And how do you do? We serve our guests happily, rapidly, and always thankfully, resulting in them becoming family. In a world so vast, busy, and mad, what could possibly be more important than that? Well, please, sit back. Let me tell you and listen. And I'll tell you how the message of this legacy has risen. Dear judges, my name is Erik van Beek, and it's a true honor to be here today in front of y'all and present. To represent my country, the Netherlands, and the legacy of cariño to both judges and friends. Te tengo cariño, a term that stands for love and endearment when said to someone. It pertains to that existence of love that you have for your fellow man, that you are your brother's keeper, a concept that my father deeply instilled within me. Treat people with love and respect no matter what their background might be. Myself, born and raised in Amsterdam, and a true Dutchman, one could say. And I am proud for that. Because I bleed orange, love tulips, and I give my friends 3 kisses. We love everyone over here no matter where they're from. And we are on this journey together. And the more the merrier, so why don't you tag along? I had this in the back of my mind when I started to create Cariño. I wanted to create something that brings people closer together because lately, it seems like we're more separated than ever. Something that could represent each and every one of us without forgetting any one of us, hence a drink of fellowship. Now, rum has always been a drink for the common man. But in recent history, it turned from gutter to glory because people started to understand. Much like Bacardi, who faced earthquake, fires, prohibition, exile, you name it. But Familie de Bacardi always had the resilience and passion to bounce back and to retrieve everything they had lost and to reclaim it. Rum is a survivor. Rise, fall, come back. Rum is a love story. It's a romantic. And like rum, vanilla has always been associated with the sweeter parts of life. Adding a spice that I love wholehearted and something that's lovely as the drink started. And while imbibing, venture within flavors that within the legacy had been uncharted. Yellow chartreuse, like Bacardi, has a recipe that generations long have been protected. But adding this in a right amount of proportion gives you a surprising hint of banana, a flavor you might not expect it. Adding a little bit of lemon juice, having the balance corrected, and the dust of nutmeg at the end. A harmony perfected. Now, when you look at all the great Bacardi classics, from the Mojito to the Made in Cuba, freshness has played a large role in more than one drink. And using similar ingredients but creating something unique is harder than one might think. Rum, sugar, soda water, mint and lime, freshness has proven it could stand the test of time. The idea was to make Cariño timeless, to add something simple, yet complex, something familiar, yet unconventional, something that is easy accessible without getting too technical, turning this drink into a true Bacardi classical. Greek yogurt is filtered multiple times, just like Bacardi, and this brings down the lactose level. And for people like myself that are lactose intolerant, it gives us a chance to drink this drink without having to run to the bathroom battlefront. By adding specific yeast and bacteria, it was this unique ingredient that met all the criteria. See, it mimics Mr. Don Facundo Bacardi because he singled out one specific yeast strain. And I wanted to add something that not only complemented its flavor, but also its core. And for this specific reason, I opted for this door. Now, Bacardi Ocho, introduced in 1995 with a sherry cask finish among the rum heavyweights, and due to true craftsmanship of Maestro de Ron, is able to freely delegate. Isolating a specific yeast strain is where it activates, and aguardiente and the redistillado is where it generates. Distilling and filtering multiple times is where they separate, and aged 8 years on the finest charred oak barrels is where it macerates, creating a bold champion. Going from a rum that is a light, crisp featherweight, turning it to a strong, full-body heavyweight. And I believe this is how Don Pepe's process narrates. And that's why I want to raise my glass to him whilst we celebrate. Now, rum has always embodied the spirit of people who overcame unfortunate circumstances. It embodies the spirit of Bacardi wholehearted. And I believe this is why this family has done so well for themselves. I believe this is where it started. They embody the soul and spirit of Cariño because they genuinely care about others. And through the love of this family, we have all become sisters and brothers. Now, love and support doesn't always come from familiar faces. And sometimes strangers take you to higher places. So, I'm going to ask you to take a look to the person on your left. Take a look to the person on your right. As individuals, we stand alone, but together we make this world a better place. If you're ready to fight, love and endearment is what is the key, not angriness. And that's why I stand for peace, love, and happiness. Te tengo cariño.
Oh, wow. Te tengo cariño. Brother man, thank you very much. How do you feel now?
It's been a long way coming. So, yeah, I feel glad.
So, besides this being the 7 fastest minutes of your life,
Probably, yeah.
Because they feel like 2 or 3, right? What inspired you to use yogurt on your cocktail?
Well,
do you find it difficult to use in a cocktail?
No, I wanted mix a daiquiri with a mojito and a pina colada. So its freshness from yogurt and mint, the way it's served as a daiquiri, and the creaminess from a pina colada. So the new Holy Trinity.
Well said. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause for Eric Van Beek, Netherlands. All right. So Eric's presentation is the final one today. And I want to thank you all for watching, for being here and supporting and sharing the legacies of. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here and stay quiet. This room for the judges is your work. So I will kindly ask you to go have that room downstairs. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. You want to come for a chat? Yeah. Stay in the microphone and we'll go for a chat.
Hey, so here we are with the final bartender of day one. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How was it?
Exhilarating, scary a little bit, but I'm glad I done it. It's over. So.
How was the wait being the last?
I actually was scared about being the last, but I think I went out with a bang.
Definitely.
So
and the sound of the crowd as well.
So yeah,
awesome.
I'm happy.
Well, you look like you need to go, like, sit down and stuff. So thanks very much, man. Congratulations. Amazing presentation.
Thank you.
I'll let you go clear up and finish your stuff. So take it easy, man. Thanks so much and congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
No worries. Right, I've been getting a lot of personal feedback that I can't make a daiquiri. And granted, yes, that happened. So I'm going to make you another one. And I'm going to nail it this time. I hope, anyway. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Amazing. Cool, right. That was day one, all done. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. A massive shout out to Cocktails for You for tuning in as well. That was amazing. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mexico City time, and we can't wait to see you there. So stay tuned. No? Come back tomorrow. We're not tuned anymore after this. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.